Hello, I'm Jomika, and today I am going to show you how to build a simple cactus farm. Um, yeah, right here is just a super simple, pretty small cactus farm. There's 196 cactus planted here that do the growing, and this farm gets 470 cactus per hour, which comes out to 7 and about a half stacks per hour. If you expanded this up all the way to the ceiling, the build limit, I think it's a full inventory per hour plus a few here. So almost a full inventory and then a little bit left over. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Right here we have, if you have one cactus planted, so if we just take one of these, why am I not floating? There we go. If we just had one of those sitting there, it would grow about just under 1 per hour. And that would mean we'd also need like a fence post or a glass pane next to it for it to pop off. So if we sat here for 1 hour, we may or may not get one cactus to pop off. And that's just what that means. So to be efficient, you want to have as many cactus as possible, obviously. But this cactus farm that I built here is in one chunk. So the little design here is just outside the chunk. All the water and all the cactus are inside a chunk. So if you have the default world like rendering distance set to 4, you could have your base like 4 chunks away, and this cactus farm will be 100% efficient. As soon as you go to the 5th chunk, this whole farm will stop working and it won't work anymore. So if you wanted to set it up to always be getting a passive amount of cactus, you could set that up just on the edge border of your base and it'll always run. So right here we have different cactus breaking blocks, and I tried different ones just to see. Like, I was a little bit worried that maybe the glass cactus would end up landing on top, and it does do it if it comes straight down, but this setup here, it bounces off enough to where I haven't really seen any cactus drop off and land on top. So if we set the tick speed to 1,000, you can see that there's not really going to be many that get stuck on top of any of these. If you want to go with the best, go with the fence gates, just because you can walk through them. There is no hitbox when they're open. And yeah, if we look here, we got one that landed on the glass, but it's really pretty rare. I just like the glass personally the best, because if you look in here, you can see that it's just, I went with the green glass, and you can't really see it from far away. If you had all the fences here, you would definitely be able to see it, and I think it would look not as good as if you just had glass that it kind of blends in with the background. So we can turn this back to 1, and we will go ahead and kill all the entities just for lag reasons. It shouldn't be terrible, but just in case. So what you want to do is set, like, go 1 up from where the cactus is. So anytime it grows, it'll automatically pop off, and that goes for any one of these. Things that don't work is string. The cactus will just keep growing right past the string. String used to work in Java Edition. I don't know if it ever worked in Bedrock, but it doesn't work currently. And then end rods also don't work. I thought it'd be nice to have some lighting in there and just kind of light up the farm while breaking it off, so it's kind of dual purpose, but that doesn't work. So yeah, you're kind of stuck with all glass panes, fence gates, fences, iron bars, and I think that's really all. There's not really much else. You could use cobblestone walls. I didn't test those just because I feel like they're a little bit bigger, the hitbox wise. And yeah, I mean, you could use any block as long as it's placed in the right spot. You just, if you have it multi-level, then things will land on top of that block and it'll cut down inefficiency. So super simple to build. You just need some sort of slab. You could even use a block, sand and cactus, and then whatever you're going to use to break off the cactus piece. So you want to, actually we'll start here. You want to go up, do a half slab on top, followed by the sand on top, cactus on top, and then what I like to do is place a piece next to the cactus. It'll break it off, and then you place it on top, and then that's all. And you can place the cactus back, and this will automatically work. And yeah, I mean, that is basically it. There's not much to it. You can go on top, it's like 4 layers a piece. So we got the slab is 1, the sand is 2, cactus is 3, and then on top of that is your braking mechanism, which is 4. And then above that braking mechanism, you can add the next block and then continue all the way up. So I guess the next step in the process is just to show you how to build it. I set up this little area here, and each little glass piece is a corner of this building. So yeah, it's not the perfect size for making even, so like right here there's 1 block in between the wall and the first cactus, and then over here there's 2. So it's not symmetrical completely. You could change the design as you need. The concept is the same no matter what you do. But what I usually do is I will start out in the furthest corner away from me. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to click the other button. Actually, I want to do this. And then I will build up a little layer first. And then after that, like I'll do the first layer as much as I can for however much cactus I have. And then while that is, like once that's done, I'll place all the cactus and I'll wait until I get enough cactus to do the rest of the farm. And yeah, I mean, once I get enough cactus, I can finish it. And usually I'll just build up the rest of the farm without the cactus in place while I wait to get all the cactus I need. So yeah, I usually just start like this. Just put in a whole row or 2. Just do all the rows, and then I'll go out and break the slabs. And you want to make sure you're doing the top slabs, so when you place the sand, it's right on top. If you don't, it will look like this. It'll still work, but I just feel like it looks kind of weird. And yeah, I always keep the slab right underneath the sand. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this little build, and then I can bring you back and we can take a look and see how it looks. And then for the braking mechanism, I find the easiest thing to do is to go through and place a block in between each little area. So there's 2 ways you could do it. You could do it like this, where you place it on top and then over and then break one. So when either of these 2 grow, it'll pop off automatically. But what I like to do, just to make sure I get every little area, is I'll place a block in between to make sure that they break. And then once I have everything in place, I'll go ahead and place my braking mechanism on top. So it'll just look like this. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't always place the first time. So there we go. Those are all in place, and then we can go through and put our little posts on top here. And then after all those posts are in place, we can go ahead and break the grass, and then replace our cactus on top. And then that'll be the first layer done. And then after that, what you want to do is just continue up as high as you want to go. I usually only go up a few layers just because you don't really need that much green dye. And that's really the only use for cactus, other than like putting it in farms and that kind of thing. But then, even then, you only need a few. And yeah. So we'll get this in place. Almost there. And we can go ahead and use our little command block over there to build up the rest of the layers. So what I did here is it's just going to copy this layer and then place it one step above. And then we could do the same here. And you could just keep building this up as high as you want. Oops. And that is our little farm. The last thing you need to do is set up some sort of collection system. I find this to be easiest. It just ends up in one little corner here and into a hopper, into a chest. So what you want to do for that is dig down. I guess this will be our corner here. You want to dig down, I think it's 2, at least for this area, and then we can go all the way to the end here. So I will dig this out, and then we can go ahead and focus on placing the water. So I take that back. It was only one layer for most of it. So we'll just leave that like that. And then in order to place the water, what you want to do is place another block here. Whoops. And then a few blocks right there. You can place that first one here in the corner. And then you want to go out two blocks, or you want 2 spaces in between. So 1, 2, and then on the third one, you place the water. And then you can go all the way across like that. That'll bring it all the way down. And then you do the same thing on the other corner here. You can start from either side. You just want to make sure that there's the 2 spaces in between. So I find it easier to start on this side. So 1, 2, 3. And there you go. So this will bring you out to here. And then you just want to dig out all the way up to the water. I find it easier just to wait until you get there. Let's fill that in. And then once you have that all dug out, you'll go ahead and just do this. And then this one will also do. And that should look like that. And then you have this one little spot here to place a hopper and a chest. So we can go ahead and place the hopper right there. And we'll just point it into this hopper. And then a chest right into that. And you probably don't need too much storage. You could just do a double chest. That's probably plenty, unless you're really trying to get a lot of cactus and then you want to keep building up higher and higher. The only other thing you might want to do is put some walls up. You can also come in here and break that piece if you want. You don't have to, but it's no longer needed at that point. So let's go ahead and quickly see this in action at full speed, full cheating speed. So that is going, and yeah, if you build a wall all the way up, it will prevent any of those from falling off. There is some loss, and that's just on top of the posts here, and mainly just on top of the cactus, or breaking off and hitting the side of a cactus, because if that happens, well, I missed. But it'll break just like that. So yeah, there's all our cactus. That hopper is definitely not going to keep up, so we'll go back down to random tick speed of 1, which is the default. So yeah, that is the cactus farm. Super simple. It's probably one of the easiest farms to build in Minecraft. just a few things to keep in mind is keeping them all in one row like that, and then yeah, it'll prevent them from, like if you did something like this, I mean, it doesn't, it should make sense, but I'll show you anyways. If you did this and then placed another one on top here, anytime this one breaks and comes off this way, it's going to land most likely on top of there, and then you're not going to get any cactus from that. So yeah, just keep them on the same row or column or whichever it is, and just kind of keep a square grid like that, and you should be good. There really isn't much more to do with a cactus farm other than item collection, and I set up a super simple thing here. Again, this is one chunk, so I set up water all the way in the back, and in the back here, if you place a block here, put water on top, and then you go out 1, 2, 3, and then on the fourth one you start the water again. That will kind of fill in all the water so it all shoots down. If you put water in here or here, it'll just flood this whole area, and you don't want that. You want the streams flowing down towards a hopper, and then you just break down one more level to kind of continue the stream, and it'll perfectly end up in this corner, and you just place one hopper, which will have no problems keeping up with this size farm. It may have an issue if you go all the way to build limit, but you can kind of figure that out if you need to. Just place a water stream and some more hoppers, and that should work. And then we have our collection system here. This hasn't been running for too long. I mean, when I turned up the tick speed to 1,000, this thing really got full. And yeah, I'm sure the hopper was not keeping up at that point. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the cactus farm. If you have any questions, feel free to find me on the Bedrock Discord. Link is in the description. Or you can join my personal Discord. Link is also in the description. And if there's any tutorials or things or other farms you want to see in the future, please let me know and I can work on those first. I do have plans for other ones that I want to work on, and I'll probably get started on those pretty quickly. And this may be something I do every few weeks or so, and trying to get some sort of automatic farms out. Those are the things I really love doing, and I like figuring those things out. So now that things have slowed down a little bit on the Bedrock server, and I am kind of caught up on what I want to do and all that, I can start focusing more on this. If you'd like to see my Bedrock series, be sure to check out the playlist. It is in on my channel, or I will probably leave a link in the description. So be sure to hit that like button if you liked the tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next one. Well, that's going to do it for the cactus farm. If you have any questions, feel free to find me on the Bedrock Discord or my own personal Discord. Both of those links are in the description. And if there are any other tutorials or farms that you would like to see, let me know, and I could try to work on something. I do have plans for others in the future, which I'll probably get started on shortly, and hopefully have another one out in, well, ideally it'd be in another week. But who knows, life sometimes gets in the way of fun and games. If you like this tutorial, please let me know by hitting that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future Bedrock tutorials. I also have a Bedrock series called Bedrock. It is a survival multiplayer on a server with a bunch of other YouTubers, which you can check out on the end screen or check for the link in the description. And yeah. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.